It says our quality is bad. No, it's going to be, it's the signal in here. I would almost need it. Yeah, but I'm wondering. Any place you go, it's almost best to have an Ethernet there.
Go. Motion. Motion. Get help. Get help. Get help. Right there. Right there. To the fort. To the fort. Hey, run weed. Check it out. Back. Attack. Thomas. Rebound. Up the back.
It says connect.
Rebound.
Okay.
Good.
Now see if you can get it on your phone because it restricts me.
Good, Monroe. Hey.
Upload.
You're on that guest network, aren't you? That's why it's slow.
Hey, gotta get on this
There's
side.
other people
Well, let me
on
take
it.
a look and see if I may be back.
Look in at him.
Man, no, man.
Hey.
See, I'm on our MiFi,
Go motion.
which is
Go
jetpack
motion.
is supposedly about the best thing you can
Motion.
possibly
Get out
have.
there, Kane. Hey. Never mind. Hey, go weed. Go weed.
It takes pretty good speed.
Read the
It really does.
Ready, you're out. Ready, you're out. Weed.
That's why I was checking to see if we had.
Hey, Arkansas.
Get it in. Get it in. Get it in.
I don't have a dang Ethernet cord installed. Should have had. A wire something in here.
Go to the ball, Kane. Run weave. Weave. Throw it up. Set it up. Weave. Weave. Let's go.
Gotta be one in here. Used to be one.
Good, Monroe.
Monroe. Good job. Let it get.
But what's yours looking like?
Have to reload.
Okay.
See, look, even I'm on the Wi-Fi.
Hey, we're in 10 on defense. 10.
Get off of it.
Let's see if this the jetpack is on its own. It's like it's got its
Go
own
find
network.
him, find him.
Oh, okay. Video unavailable.
Video's restricted.
See, a while ago I got on it. No problem.
Weird. I don't get it either. Mine does that to me all the time.
Are you on Wi-Fi on your phone? No. That may have been why. Hold on. Here's why. Because I was on the Wi-Fi and it's the school and they've got YouTube restricted.
One, wait.
See, it just kind of stopped right there.
It's like when it gets to the end, it goes back. It's like it won't do a continuous thing.
So what's it got now? On the clock, I wonder.
Hey, you ready to get it done in here now? You ready to get it done?
Facebook Live?
I'm guessing it. I don't know though. That's what we got in here. If everybody else is on their doggone.
But you've got to get off the guest net part.
Yeah. But I'm not on the guest list.
Oh, I thought you were.
I don't think so. See what we're on here is Link Studio Hotspot. Change default source video. Change this SSD. Wi-Fi.
And your signal's really good.
Well, I should be.
Is this the MiFi?
Yes.
I mean, it's hot. But it's almost like, because here's the thing, if there's not good signal in this building,
Yeah.
I would think that it would slow it down.
That's probably what it is. Sure. And there's not good signal in this building.
I mean, I've got 4 boards.
We got like 2. I don't know what I have to have. Connected to the Queen School District here.
Give me that password. I'm going to try it on my phone.
Live rum store ranch at
I didn't even have to type in the password.
Really? See, I'm on the Queen School District here. Well, you're not in as a guest me.
So which one I'm on DeQueen School District.
That's what this one is. Good.
Hey, we gotta block out. We gotta have the rebound. We gotta have it. Hey, the keeper, go get the ball.
All right. Check. Check. That's interesting.
sitting here. And we welcome everyone tonight to Leopard Coliseum, where the Leopards are getting set to open up the 2019 basketball season. They're at home taking on Waldron, and season opener for both of these two teams. And junior boys action just wrapped up a moment ago as the junior Bulldogs came in and defeated the Cubs by a score of 33-28. Cubs were on top. A good, had as big as a 10-point lead in that first half. Waldron came back and won, pulled away at the end for a 33-28 victory. As the Leopards get set to take on the Bulldogs tonight, we're about 9 minutes away from the opening tip. I'm going to pause right now and be back. Take a look at, hopefully get a chance to talk with Leopards head basketball coach Jacob Lee. We'll do that when we come back in a moment here on ed88radio.com.
Salinas Satellite Service in DeQueen is a corporate partner of Ed 88. Salinas is a Southwest Arkansas dish network provider offering all the latest package deals. And if you should encounter a problem, Salinas' experienced service technicians are just a phone call away. The very latest in dish network home entertainment equipment can be found at Salinas Satellite in downtown DeQueen.
Robert, you want to talk?
Yeah,
No.
let's get the coach on our camera here. There we go. There he is. Well, Coach Lee, good to see you, my friend.
Yes,
We
sir.
get
Yes,
set to tip
sir.
off the this contest tonight.
Tis
and,
the season. That's right.
It is the season. Now, every season begins with a lot of hope, and you've had a chance to watch these kids in practice for a little bit. Tell us about them.
Like you said, it's always exciting to see, how new teams coming together. This was a young team last year. We only lost one guy, that gave us meaningful minutes. And so this year we feel like we're an experienced team. We grew a lot over the summer. We, and I demanded more of these guys over the summer. We put extra work in, went to a lot more camps, and, we went 15 wins over the summer, which is a big step in the right direction for us. And now we're ready to go out and compete against some of the best teams. So here we go.
I'm looking up and down this list here, and of course we see folks. You mentioned your returners. Davin Burgess is back, of course, who was leading scorer last year. You've got Weston Hart back, big presence in the middle, senior coming in, and you've got Cade Martin, Will Athey, both are back, and some bright some folks that we added at the very end of last year. Once the junior high season was over with, there's some fresh faces as well.
Yeah, we got a good core group of guys right now, and then our young guys are where a lot of the fun is right now. Guys that now that I've been here 3 or 4 years, guys that I've gotten to know, and this group of seniors were 9th graders when I came in, so I've got to see them come all the way through the senior high level now. And, we got a couple guys out tonight, being sick and hurt, but, we'd rather that happen now and be healthy as we move through the season. Like you said, we got Burgess coming back, who's going to be, he's going to be the guy that makes us go, and Weston kind of feeds off of him. And, a lot of people don't know about, actually a lot of people do know about Dykes already, which tells you how much he can fill it up. But for those of those people who don't know him, they're going to learn real quick who he is. The kid can fill it up in a heartbeat. And you return Logan Williamson, who got his first meaningful minutes last year, and when he's hitting, that gives us 4 guys we can put on the floor at the same time, which in 4A basketball, it makes us tough to guard. So we're excited about, like I said, what we did this summer, and feel like we're really moving in the right direction. And like I said, these guys are itching, been raring to go for about 2 weeks now. So
well, I neglected to mention Logan there, and I meant to, and I also neglected to mention Luke Reed. But you got some kids here. Tell us what you know about Waldron. What do you think about this squad here?
They're solid, well coached by Coach Brown. The Brown kid from Waldron there, number 10. You know, D1 recruit. He's not bad. You know, most of everything's going to flow through him. You know, we want to try to contain him as much as possible. One of those guys that you're not going to stop, you know, but you just want to try to control as much as you can, make things as difficult as possible, and then, you know, be solid on the rest of the guys. And you know, hopefully he doesn't get going, and hopefully we can hold the rest of those guys down. They can't help him out enough. And you know, so we've started some new things on defense this year that we've been kind of working on, but haven't really felt comfortable enough to start putting into games and whatnot. And like I said, that extra stuff we did this summer really gave us a chance to fine-tune that, and we feel good about it going in. So,
I know, Coach, you're ready to get rolling.
you can say that again, I promise.
We're about 4 minutes out, Coach. Good luck tonight, all right?
Thank you, sir.
He is Coach Jacob Lee. The Queen Leopards getting set to take on Waldron, and we'll have that for you coming up here on Ed 88 Radio, the webpage, coming up in a moment here on Ed 88.
I was going to show my grandson a little something on my laptop. I was the one that got the lesson.
With every passing year, new technology is developing. We embrace the new technology. With us, you get the best of both worlds. High-tech banking convenience and small-town, first-name friendly service. Think small, bank smart, bank online. First State Bank, member FDIC. We're big on you.
We're just a small-town community bank, but we're big on you.
Salinas Satellite Service in Queen is a corporate partner of Ed 88. Salinas is a Southwest Arkansas dish network provider offering all the latest package deals. And if you should encounter a problem, Salinas' experienced service technicians are just a phone call away. The very latest in Dish Network home entertainment equipment can be found at Salinas Satellite in downtown DeQueen. Don's Easy Pay has been serving families in southwest Arkansas and southeast Oklahoma for over 30 years. Don's Easy Pay is a family-owned business. They carry name-brand home furnishings for every room in the house. Living room, dining room, bedroom furniture, name-brand kitchen appliances, and electronics too. At Don's Easy Pay, you can rent to own or purchase on the spot with 120 days, same as cash. At Don's Easy Pay, you can even rent to own tires. And at Don's Easy Pay, they deliver, taking time to take care of our customers. It's Don's Easy Pay. Hunters, fishermen, and outdoorsmen have been coming to Baker's Bargain House in DeQueen for the area's best selection of guns and ammo and hunting and fishing accessories. At Baker's, you'll find shotguns, rifles, handguns, and the ammo you need. Plus, they even have an experienced gunsmith on staff. Baker's Bargain House has plenty of camo hunting wear designed to keep you warm and dry. And Baker's Bargain House stocks bows and arrows and archery equipment and a huge stock of fishing gear. They even have an area of the store stocked with products to help you make your wild game taste even better. Plus, there's jewelry, musical instruments, tools, and more at Baker's Bargain House Gun and Pawn, Highway 71 North in DeQueen.
And we're just moments away from getting this contest underway as the DeQueen Leopards play host to the Waldron Bulldogs tonight here on ed88radio.com. Yes, this will be a first ever for us here inside the friendly confines of Leopard Coliseum. As the Leopards get set to take the court, they'll be going with Weston Harp along with Davin Burgess. Also in that starting lineup will be Will Athey along with Will Dykes and Logan Williamson to start tonight's game for the Leopards. And the Waldron will counter with Mason Ford, along with Jacob Avila. Also in the starting lineup will be Ruben Valdez, Peyton Brown, and also in the starting lineup will be Gata Wagner. So, Davin Burgess will be in the jump circle facing Mason Ford, and we're set to get underway. Opening tip of the 2019 Leopard basketball season here on ed88radio.com. Lauren Hinton along with Callie Miller on the camera tonight. Opening tip controlled by Burgess. He gets it ahead to Dykes. Dykes gives it left side, Will Athey. Oh, nice cross-court that pass. Logan Williamson fires it up from three. Won't go. Had the right idea, just didn't go. Love the way they worked that thing inside and then right back out again. Nice pass that time by Will Athey. So the Bulldogs get the basketball. And bringing the ball into the front court will be Peyton Brown. Brown, a senior guard for the Bulldogs. Walks it into the front court. They'll work it over on the right wing into the hands of Jacob Avila. Avila outside the circle. Gets it deep in that right corner over to Gata Wagner. Wagner fires it inside. Oh, nice pass. Really nice interior pass that time from Jacob Avila. I believe that was that Wagner on the shot, number 5?
I think so.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll take Callie's word for it here. As the Leopards move it down court. Shot put up underneath, no good. Scramble for the rebound. That's going to be Burgess grabbing it on the perimeter. Fires up the three, can't get it to go, but Logan Williamson chases it down. He'll get it over to Will Dykes. Dykes will work top of the key now. Working against that packed-in defense. As Weston Harp at the free throw line, covered it up like a football for a moment, gets it to Davin Burgess. Burgess drives the lane, can't get the shot to go. Leopards have had some good shots, just won't go. Gata Wagner on the return, brings it down court. Oh, nice pass into the lane. Ball's going to be knocked out of bounds by Will Athey. Bulldogs attacking the lane, couldn't get the shot off. 6:39 to play in this first quarter. Waldron on top 2-0. They'll get it out on the perimeter to Gata Wagner. Wagner gives it left side, three-pointer on the way. Peyton Brown buries it from three-point land. Senior guard has the first three of the season for the Bulldogs. And Waldron leads it by a score of 5-0. Will Dykes out front. Boy, a lot of contact in there, but Dykes shrugs it off, drives inside, lays it off the glass, and good. And the Leopards trail at 5-2 as Dykes gets the first basket of the 2019 season for the Leopards. Steal inside by Will Athey. Dishes it off to Will Dykes. And where there's a Will, that one's tipped away, no good. And the rebound's going to come off to the Leopards. Three-pointer on the way by Burgess. Can't get the shot to go. That's going to be Brown on the drive. Looks like a 1-on-3. He's going to attack that lane, lays it up, no good. And the rebound's chased down. Good hustle that time by Jacob Avila. Out on the right wing, three-pointer on the way, won't go, and the rebound comes off to Will Athey. Here come the Leopards now. They trail at 5-2. Getting ready to see our first substitutions of the ball game come in for the Leopards. As getting set to check in will be Jesse Parker along with Luke Reed. Leopards working around the perimeter. Over on that right side, deep in the corner, three-pointer on the way by Williamson is blocked, picked out of the air by Mason Ford. Here come the Bulldogs. They lead at 5-2, driving inside the lane. Kicked into the corner, back out top of the key. Three-pointer on the way by Brown, off, no good. Rebound comes off to Davin Burgess. Burgess will bring it the other way. Here come the Leopards. Pass down court. Got a little too carried away that time. Pass goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Leopard. Logan Williamson's going to come out of the lineup. Luke Ford will replace him. Also checking in will be Jesse Parker. And Will Athey's going to come out and get a breather. Leopards trail it 5-2, under 5 minutes to play in this first quarter. Good crowd on hand tonight, considering only a couple of games on tap. Out front, Bulldogs working it around the perimeter. They'll get it out to Jacob Avila. Avila deep in that left corner over to Gata Wagner. Wagner, that is. Right side, right wing. Oh, nice pass inside, but the shot won't go. Still a good pass that time on the part of Ruben Valdez. And here come the Leopards now. They trail at 5-2. Dykes off the dribble. Gives it back over to Weston Harp at the free throw line extended. Gives it right back to Dykes. Pass stolen away, taken the other way, laid up and good by Peyton Brown. He's quick down the court. He's got 5, 7-2. Waldron on top. 4:05 to play in this first quarter. Leopards will work at top of the key. As Dykes will put it up from three-point land. That one's in and out, no good, and the rebound's going to come off too. Oh, getting in there to tie that ball up. Jesse Parker had it tied up with Jacob Avila. And the possession arrow should be pointing to Waldron. As looks like Weston Harp's going to come out, as will Luke Reed. On the court right now, it's Drew Dykes along with
I think that'd be Will.
Logan Williamson. I said Will. I said Drew Dykes. I said Will Dykes. Yeah,
Wrong Dykes.
was one of the Dykeses anyway. Logan Williamson, Davin has a pass that tipped away. Let's see. We have a whistle inside. There's a shove inside. There's a lane violation there. Okay. All right. Leopards will bring it the other way. Again, Davin Burgess in that lineup along with Will Athey and Jesse Parker. Leopards work it left side. Burgess, double team, gives it over to Williamson. Nice pass in the corner to Will Athey. Tries to pass inside. Ball's going to be picked up by Jacob Avila. He'll attack the basket, works it right side. Three-pointer on the way by Brown. Off, no good. Parker had a tip on it. The rebound comes off to Brown, puts it up, and there is a whistle. Personal foul is going to be on Parker. But Jesse's going to be called for the personal foul. That'll be his first. First team foul against the Leopards. As Weston Harp comes right back in for Jesse Parker. Coach Jacob Lee substituting freely here in the early going. Still 3:17 to play in this first quarter. Leopards down by 5, 7-2. Inbounds pass in the corner, out of bounds. Behind the intended receiver, Gata Wagner. So the Bulldogs turn it over. Leopards get it back, trailing 7-2 with 3:10 to play in this first quarter. Will Dykes will bring it across that midcourt stripe. Nice spin move out front. Good defense, though, on the part of Gata Wagner. Leopards, oh, nice dump pass underneath to Weston Harp. He can't get the shot to go, but he is fouled. And a good pass that time by Burgess. And personal foul is going to be called on Mason Ford. That'll be his first. First team foul against the Bulldogs. Going to the free throw line will be Weston Harp. 6'2" senior. He's played a lot of basketball in his career for the Leopards. First shot is on the way and good. So Weston gets the first point of his senior season at the 3:01 mark of the first quarter. Second shot is up, and it is a point. Cubs down, the Leopards down by 3, 7-4 with 3 minutes to play in this first quarter. Early in the ball game, Waldron Bulldogs will bring it into the front court. Peyton Brown has it, out top of the key, gives it out on the right wing. Oh, nice pass inside. Avila works it. Gata Wagner fires it back out, gets it in the hands of Jacob Avila. Nice pass on the baseline by Avila, and then kicked right back into the hands of Wagner. Can't get the shot to go, but nice pass by Ruben Valdez, and a steal by Brown, and he's going to be fouled. I believe that's going to be on Weston Harp. So Weston Harp's going to be called for the personal foul. That's his first foul, second team foul against the Leopards. As Luke Reed gets set to check into the lineup. And Brown will go to the free throw line. Peyton Brown, you heard Coach Jacob Lee say in the pregame, he's a good one. He's got 5 of the 7 points. His first free throw of the night is on the way, and it's up and in. 6 points now for the senior guard for the Bulldogs. Looks like Davin Burgess is going to come out of the lineup. Checking in will be Luke Reed. At the free throw line, Peyton Brown. Peyton eyes the basket, sends it on the way, and puts it up and in. He's got 7 now, and the Bulldogs regain that 5-point lead at 9-4. In the backcourt, Luke Reed facing full court pressure. Dribbles through the double team, gets in the hands of Logan Williamson. Williamson almost has it tipped away. In the corner, that's Luke Reed driving inside, gives it to Athey. Athey dumps it down low to Weston Harp, goes strong to the basket. Athey gets the ball falling away, puts it up and in. Nice move on the part of Will Athey. That's a tough basket to make right there. You got to have some upper arm strength to make that when you're falling down like that. Leopards trail it 9-3 baseline. Shot put up, rattles around and goes down. That's going to be a reaching foul, and we'll see if this one is on. Let's see here. Personal foul is going to be called on Weston Harp, I believe. I think he said 22. And let's see, Weston's going to come out of the lineup. And heading back in will be Jess Parker. Mason Ford at the free throw line. Got his first points of the season a moment ago. Goes to the free throw line to try to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. Shots on the way. Off the iron, and the rebound's chased down by Luke Reed. Leopards trail it by 5, 11-6. The minute 50 to play in this first quarter. As Dykes tries to drive, top of the key. And going to be a foul out front. And I believe they're going to call that one on number 5, Gator Wagner. Second team foul against the Bulldogs. They lead it by 5 with a minute 43 to play in this first quarter. Leopards will make the inbounds pass. They'll get it to Parker deep in the left corner. Out on the wing to Williamson. Logan will give it over to Dykes. Will working. Burgess has it, top of the key. Gives it right back to Dykes. Dykes going to back it back out again. Good defense by the Bulldogs. As Burgess going to try to penetrate, gives it in the corner. Three-pointer on the way by Williamson, won't go, and the rebound's going to be chased down by Dykes out front. Will fires it deep in that left corner. Logan Williamson will try again. This one's an air ball, and the rebound comes off to the Bulldogs. Coming away with it is Isaac Villarreal. Villarreal, brand new in the lineup for the Bulldogs. Under a minute to play here in this first quarter. Pass is tipped away, but sticking with it is Jacob Avila. Bulldogs get it back underneath. A lot of contact underneath, and let's see here. I believe that's going to be on
Jesse.
Oh, they're going to say it's going to be Jesse Parker. It's Parker called for the personal. That's his second. So the Bulldogs will put the ball in play underneath their own basket with 49.5 seconds remaining in this first quarter. They lead it 11-6. Inbounds pass on the baseline. Now they get it out on the wing, out top of the key. Driving into the lane, the old hop, skip, jump. Shot put up and in by Jacob Avila. It's his first 2 of the night. And the Bulldogs lead it by 7, 13-6. Gavin Burgess way out front with it. Brings it top of the key. Looking underneath, he thought Reed was going to be, or actually that was, he thought Dykes was going to be cutting to the basket. And the pass goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Leopards. They trail at 13-6 with 25 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Peyton Brown brings it into the front court, fires it behind the intended receiver, Isaac Villarreal, who was cut to the basket. Brown fired it to where he was. The Leopards put the ball in play with 18 seconds to go in this first quarter. Gavin Burgess working in the backcourt. Well, he's got such good ball handling skills for a kid that size. Right side. Athey tries to drive through. Tried to give it up. Going to be picked up out on the court by Dykes. To put up the 3 off the iron, no good. So we come to the end of the first quarter of play. Our score, it's the Bulldogs of Waldron 13, Leopards 6. We're back in a moment here on ed88radio.com.
We're the Gentry brothers. I'm Jimmy Wright.
I'm Bud Gentry. We're at Gentry Chevrolet in DeQueen, Arkansas.
We have a big selection, just like the big city boys. We have 300 used cars and 150 new cars.
No high-pressure sales, just good old boys doing business. Come to DeQueen, Arkansas, where there's always an owner on site to get a family-type deal.
We treat you just like family. Come and see us.
Come on down. Let us show you how we've been making our customers like family for over 50 years.
Leopard basketball on Ed 88 being brought to you tonight by Gentry Chevrolet, by Baker's Sales and Service, and by DeQueen's Old Town Cafe downtown. Making me hungry just thinking about it. 13-6 as we get set to start this second quarter. Leopards trail it by 7. Lauren Hinton along with Callie Miller. Leopard Arena tonight. As Leopards will start this second quarter with Will Dykes, Davin Burgess. Also in that lineup, Weston Harp, along with Luke Reed. And Brock Patterson checks in for the first time tonight. As Brown drives the basket, shot no good, and the rebound's going to be pulled down by Burgess. And Brown, I think that was kind of a little bit out of frustration there because Peyton had it point blank range and is used to those going down. He'll be called for the personal foul, and that is the third team foul against the Bulldogs. The Leopards bring it the other way. Davin Burgess fires it up from three-point land. It will not go. Rebound, Athey had it momentarily. Going to be picked up on the baseline by Mason Ford. They'll bring it the other way. He gets it to Brown. Peyton will bring it into the front court. He's out top of the key, works it deep in that right corner. Nice move to the basket, pass deep in that left corner now. And with the ball over there is Isaac Villarreal. Villarreal's going to fire it up from three-point land. That one no good. But oh, what a sneaky rebound that time by Caden Fuller. And when you say sneaky in that situation, that's actually a compliment there as a pass down court. Luke Reed looking for Will Athey. That was a little too high and a little bit behind Athey. Leopards turn it over. And the Bulldogs lead by 9, 15-6 with 7:05 to play in this first half. Looks like Logan Williamson and Will Dykes getting set to check back in the lineup as the Bulldogs working around the perimeter. Over on the right wing, Caden Fuller. Fuller gives it back out front into the hands of Jaden Hutchins, who's just into the ball game. Hutchins going to fire it back over to Miller. Gets it, free throw line extended to Mason Ford. Ford dribbles in and fires it right back out to Villarreal. They'll get it out to Peyton Brown, and Brown will give it off out front to Jaden Hutchins. Jaden to Villarreal, back out front to Brown. Peyton looking, fires it up, and nothing but net. Peyton Brown with his second three of the night. He's in double figures with 10. We have 6:20 to go in this first half. Leopards down by double digits, 18-6. Inside the lane, that's Burgess. Oh, nice move on the basket, just couldn't get it to go. And the falling away ball is going to be stripped away, picked up by the Bulldogs. Coming the other way, let's see here. A reaching foul is going to be called on Hutchins. Jaden Hutchins called for the personal foul, that's his first. And checking in the lineup will be Luke Reed, Logan Williamson. Excuse me, that's Will Dykes, and coming out will be Luke Reed, along with Brock Patterson. Leopards have it deep in the right corner. Williamson gets it back out as the shot is put up by Davin Burgess. Rebound comes off to Brown. Brown fires it down court to Villarreal. That was a very, very fast break right there. Villarreal gets the basket, give the assist to Brown. Leopards bring it the other way, down by 14, 20-6. Inside as Weston Hart puts it up. Senior can't get it to go, and the rebound comes off to the Bulldogs. Brown's going to pull up from three-point land again. This one no good. Rebound comes off to Hutchins. Jaden working against Logan Williamson. Loose ball on the court, picked up by Jaden Hutchins. Hutchins gives it at the free throw line into the hands of Mason Ford. Three-pointer on the way, won't go. Rebound comes off to Davin Burgess. And we've got a timeout on the court. With 5:11 to play here in this first half, our score, it's the Bulldogs of Waldron High School 20, the Leopards 6. We'll be back right after this on Ed 80.
Salinas Satellite Service in Queen is a corporate partner of Ed 88. Salinas is a Southwest Arkansas dish network provider offering all the latest package deals. And if you should encounter a problem, Salinas' experienced service technicians are just a phone call away. The very latest in Dish Network home entertainment equipment can be found at Salinas Satellite in downtown DeQueen.
(20-6). Waldron leading DeQueen in the season opener for the Leopards tonight here at the Coliseum. As it's been a little bit too much Peyton Brown so far tonight for the Leopards thus far, as Brown has got 10 points on the evening. He has 10 of Waldron's 20. Leopards have the basketball after that timeout. Inbounds pass goes into the hands of Davin Burgess. Burgess gets it back over to Logan Williamson, and Williamson will bring it into the front court. Out on that left wing, gives it back to Burgess. Burgess working out front. Villarreal putting the pressure on. Deep in that left corner, that's Logan Williamson. And Williamson, we're going to have, let's see here, we're going to have a personal foul called against Logan Williamson. Called for using that elbow to make a little extra room. 5th team foul against the Leopards. 4 thus far on the Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs will bring it into the front court, leading by a score of 20-6 with 4:45 to play in the first half. Peyton Brown with it. Out front, going to be a reaching foul against Will Dykes. That's a 6-team foul against the Leopards. The next one will put the Bulldogs in the 1-1. Peyton Brown gets set to make the inbounds pass. Senior gets it into the hands of Caden Fuller. Brown working out front against Burgess. Brown's going to take it all the way, lays it up and in. Boy, that was a nice shooter's roll that time on the part of Peyton Brown. See why Coach Jacob Lee was so high on this kid. He's got 12 points in the ball game. 4:20 to play in this first half. Leopards need a basket right here, down 22-6. Three-pointer on the way by Burgess is up and in. Burgess with a big 3. That's his first points of the night. Leopards cut it to 22-9 now with 4:05 to play in this first half. Peyton Brown will walk it into the front court. It's like Will Athey getting set to check back into the lineup. Pass underneath, getting up just over the rim, laying it up and in is Mason Ford. Senior forward gets his 3rd and 4th points of the night. Dykes drives through the lane, gives it deep in that left corner. Let's see. A whistle down in that corner. Apparently somebody, Williamson may have stepped on that sideline down there. Didn't see from this angle, but the ball does go back over to the Waldron Bulldogs. They lead it 24-9 with 3:45 to play in this first half. Looks like Gata Wagner's back in the lineup right now. Also out there with the basketball is Ruben Valdez. He'll get it off to Jacob Avila, who's back in the lineup. Yeah, and let's see your little extra elbow right there. What we got? Going to be a call.
Davin.
Going to be on Davin Burgess. Burgess called for the personal foul. That's his first 17th foul against the Leopards. Bryson Bailey in the lineup right now for the Bulldogs. And also in the game for the first time tonight is Braden Williams, junior forward for the Bulldogs. At the free throw line will be Ruben Valdez, senior, looking for his first points of the season. First shot's on the way, up and good. Bulldogs tonight, 3 out of 4 at the free throw line, as Valdez will have another one coming here. At the free throw line, takes his time, fires it on the way, up and good. So Valdez with a couple of points, and the Leopards will make the inbounds pass, try to get it in, as they get it into Will Athey. Athey in the backcourt, double team back there. He'll fire it ahead. Bounce pass is kicked. And I'm going to say nice soccer move here. And the ball will stay with the Leopards. Burgess, Williamson, Dykes, Athey, and Harp on the court right now for Coach Jacob Lee and the Leopards. Trailing 26-9 with 3:15 to play in this first half. Drew Dykes, top of the key. Gets it out left side to Burgess. Burgess lobs it underneath to Will Athey. Backs his way in, muscles his way to the basket, puts it up. Can't get the shot to go, but he will go to the free throw line as a personal foul is going to be called on Bryson Bailey. Bailey, a junior, call for the personal, and that's going to send to the free throw line Weston Hart. Weston, 2 for 2 at the free throw line tonight. He's made the only 2 free throws the Leopards have had thus far tonight. 3:03 to go in this first half. That one's on the way off the iron, no good. Leopards just having a hard time putting the ball in the hole. Down 26-9. 3:03 to go in this first half. Harp will send the second one on the way. That one rims out, no good, and the rebound is going to come off to Ruben Valdez. Valdez will get it off to Gata Wagner, and the Wagner and the Bulldogs will bring it the other way. Gives it over to Ruben Valdez. Ruben drives, free throw line, gives it up. Little Euro step inside the lane, whistle and a foul. And that personal foul will be on Will Athey. That's his first. Head to the free throw line. Shoot the 1-and-1. Will be Jacob Avila. Avila got 2 points in the ball game. First free throw is on the way and is good. Bulldogs 5 out of 6 at the free throw line tonight. Avila with 3 points in the ball game. We'll have a shot at number 4 here. Second shot's on the way. It's off the iron. The rebound's going to be chased down by Will Dykes. Will bring it quickly down court. Fires it ahead. Gets it to Weston Harp. Harp can't control it. Loose ball's going to be picked up by Jacob Avila. Here come the Bulldogs. They'll work it deep in that left corner. Pulling it up will be Gator Wagner. Shot up inside. Blocked by Davin Burgess. Picked out of the air by Dykes. Will come top of the key. Get it out to Burgess. 27-9. Leopards down by 18. Pass out front. Oh, big collision there on the drive. Weston Harp collided. I believe that was Valdez on the collision. Be hard to happen though. Yeah, there's Valdez is in the line. That was 3-pointers on the way. Won't go. Rebound comes off to Harp. Harp gives it off to Dykes. Here come the Leopards now, down 27-9 with a minute 50 that is to play in this first half. Dykes, looks like a reaching foul going to be called out there. Personal foul on Gator Wagner. That's his first. 6-team foul against the Bulldogs with a minute 49 to play in this first half. Leopards down 27-9. Burgess makes the inbounds pass, gets it to Dykes. Takedown, let's see. They're going to call a blocking foul. That's going to be called against Jacob Avila. That should be the 17th foul against the Bulldogs. And Will Dykes will head to the free throw line. Dykes with 2 points in the ball game. Leading scorer in the ball game for the Leopards is Davin Burgess. He has 3. Leopards having a hard time finding the basket tonight. Shots on the way. It's up and in. So the sophomore guard for the Leopards hits his first free throw. We'll have another one coming here. Dykes will send the second one up. No good. Rebound going to be fought for. And coming out of there with it will be the Bulldogs. Coming the other way, that's going to be Gator Wagner. Wagner's going to be called for carrying the basketball. So the Leopards get it back. It looks like we may have a timeout on the court. Minute 43 to play in this first half. We're going to keep it right here, seeing as how we had just a 30-second timeout. Bulldog coaching staff want to have a little word here with the officials. Josh Brown, Josh Ashley. Brown, of course, head coach. Coach Lee talked about what a good, well-coached bunch this is. They've looked at this first half. Leopards able to move the ball around, haven't had any glaring problems out there. It's just the inability to get that ball in the hole. Down 17 as Leopards work it right side. Burgess has the ball knocked away momentarily. Logan Williamson will pull up from the free throw line, put it up and in. Williamson gets his first 2 of the night. And Coach Brown wants a, let's see here. Apparently we got, I missed all of that. I looked down, Callie.
I must have too, because I didn't know that's what he was doing.
Well, the pair of 5s out there, Davin Burgess and Gator Wagner. Apparently there was a little problem down there on that baseline. The official stopped it, had them shake hands, and we're back at it. 27-12, minute 25 to play in this first half. As a pass down court, it's going to be stolen away by Logan Williamson on the baseline. He get it ahead to Drew Dykes. Here come Will Dykes. Will bring it top of the key. Gets it over left side. 3-pointer on the way by Davin Burgess won't go. And the rebound, Will Athey with a tough rebound on the baseline. Gets it inside to Weston Hart. Puts it up. Can't get the shot to go. He's going to be fouled in the act of shooting. Personal foul, I believe, is going to be on number 3. I think that's what they said.
Yeah, number 3.
Bryson Bailey. Bailey's called for his second personal foul. And Weston Harp will go to the free throw line. He's 2 out of 4. Made his first 2, missed his last 2. Need a couple right here. First one's on the way. Off the front of the iron, no good. Leopards as a team 3 out of 7 at the free throw line. Down 27-12 with 1:05 to play in this first half. Harp will have another one coming here. Second shot's on the way. It's up and good. So Harp now with 3 points in the first half. And the Leopards cut it to 14 as Brown gets it across. Peyton Brown gets it out baseline, or the midcourt stripe, that is. Oh, all alone underneath. Pass through the lane from Villarreal, or Valdez rather. Got it into the hands of Mason Ford. As the Bulldogs had 3 people alone under that basket. And the personal foul is going to be called on Will Athey. That's his second. Weston Harp and Jesse Parker also with 2 personal fouls for the Leopards. At the free throw line is Mason Ford. He's got 4 points in the ball game. He's 0 for 2 at the free throw line tonight. He'll have another one coming here. As a team, Bulldogs 5 out of 8 at the free throw line. Ford gets set for his second shot with under a minute to play here in this first half. Second shot on the way. That one's no good. Jesse Parker comes in the lineup for Will Athey, and the Leopards have the rebound. In the backcourt, that's Will Dykes working hard out there against Jacob Avila. Goes baseline, tries to get the shot off. The shot is partially blocked. And let's see. Jump ball is a call. And see what the officials are going to call here. They're going to have, well, let's see. Personal foul is going to be called on Weston Harp. Well, Harp and Mason Ford had tied up that basketball. And they decided Harp got a little aggressive right there. So Harp comes out of the game now with 3 personal fouls. That one coming with under a minute to play here in this first half. Heading to the free throw line will be Mason Ford. Ford 0 for 3 at the free throw line tonight. 4 points in the ball game. Shots on the way. Rims out, no good. 0 for 4. And the Bulldogs senior forward will have another one coming here with the Bulldogs on top by 14, 27-13. Second shot by Mason is up and in. 5 points in the ball game for Mason Ford, and the Leopards trail by 15. Dykes fires it underneath Jesse Parker. Parker, little reverse off the backboard shot right there, up and good, and a whistle and a foul is going to be on Ruben Valdez. So, head to the free throw line will be Jesse Parker. Jess gets his first 2 of the season, and he'll have another one coming here. That one's off the iron, won't go, and the rebound comes off to the Bulldogs. They lead at 28-15. That's going to be Brown out front, and a whistle. That's going to be on Davin Burgess. Burgess called for the personal foul. That's his second. And going to the free throw line will be Peyton Brown. I think Luke Reed's getting set to check into the lineup. At the free throw line, Peyton Brown. Brown, 10 points in the ball. Make that 12 points in the ball game. That one's on the way and good. He's 3 for 3 at the free throw line. And Luke Reed comes in. Davin Burgess comes out. 24 seconds left to go in this first half. Williamson, along with Parker, Reed, Athey, and Dykes in the lineup for the Leopards. Second shot up and in. Peyton Brown with 14. Leopards trail it. Pass, Logan Williamson working down court. Steps out, tries the 3. Off the iron. Rebound comes off to Will Athey underneath. And they're going to call a whistle and a foul underneath.
On 15.
Is that what it was?
That's what I thought he threw up.
I thought he said 13. That's what I thought too, but
Hey, he's still shooting if it's on the floor. Hey, it's free throws either way. We're still shooting.
well, they still haven't had a clarification on the clock here yet as to who that foul was on. Well, at the free throw line, that's going to be Will Athey.
Yeah, 15.
So it is on 15. Ruben Valdez. So Athey will shoot 2 here. First one's on the way, off the iron, no good. Leopards having a hard time putting the ball in the hole tonight. I think they're 3 out of 10 at the free throw line, if I'm not mistaken. We'll check that in a moment. Second shot up, no good, and the rebound comes off to the Bulldogs. They'll bring it the other way. Peyton Brown with the basketball. 5 seconds and a whistle. And a turnover on the part of the Bulldogs. So Leopards get it back. 4.7 seconds to go in this first half. As Reed gets it in to Will Athey. Athey fires it ahead. Parker can't handle it. And the loose ball bounces away. And we've come to the end of the first half of play. Our score, it's Waldron 30, Leopards 15. We'll be back to take a look at some halftime stats right after this on Ed 88.
Hunters, fishermen, and outdoorsmen have been coming to Baker's Bargain House in DeQueen for the area's best selection of guns and ammo and hunting and fishing accessories. At Baker's, you'll find shotguns, rifles, handguns, and the ammo you need. Plus, they even have an experienced gunsmith on staff. Baker's Bargain House has plenty of camo hunting wear designed to keep you warm and dry. And Baker's Bargain House stocks bows and arrows and archery equipment and a huge stock of fishing gear. They even have an area of the store stocked with products to help you make your wild game taste even better. Plus, there's jewelry, musical instruments, tools, and more at Baker's Bargain House Gun and Pawn, Highway 71 North in DeQueen. Salinas Satellite Service in DeQueen is a corporate partner of Ed 88. Salinas is a Southwest Arkansas dish network provider offering all the latest package deals. And if you should encounter a problem, Salinas' experienced service technicians are just a phone call away. The very latest in Dish Network home entertainment equipment can be found at Salinas Satellite in downtown DeQueen. Healthcare Express, they understand that for many people, a visit to the clinic can be stressful. And that's why the folks at Healthcare Express strive to make everyone feel right at home. From the moment you enter the lobby at Healthcare Express, you can feel the difference. Take, for example, the Healthcare Express exam rooms. They offer a variety of themes, from the Klondike room to the Disney room, the train room, baseball room, and the superhero room. Healthcare Express is very serious about the services they offer, including the Healthcare Express digital x-ray machine, as well as the lab room where they can diagnose 26 different strains of flu on site. From broken bones to cuts and colds, Healthcare Express is here for you and your family. It's Healthcare Express, 1021 West Collin Ray Drive in DeQueen.
Come from all over to Bailey's Discount Building Supply in DeQueen because they help build the best for less. When you walk in the doors, you'll see everything from the do-it-yourselfer to the general contractor. They have warehouses stocked with doors and windows, wall paneling, and flooring. At those big chain stores, you may be left by yourself to look for something all day. But at Bailey's, there's plenty of help. And of course, the lumber yard has everything from plywood to lumber and sheetrock to insulation. Inside, there's lining, plumbing parts, cabinets, cooking supplies, and even a sale on generators. Open Monday through Saturday in DeQueen. Bailey's Building Supply, 870-642-2851.
Leopard basketball on ed88radio.com, brought to you tonight by Salinas Satellite Service in DeQueen. And our thanks to Salinas for all they do for Ed 88. It's a big thank you to them and the fact that we're able to broadcast the way we do on our ed88radio.com webpage. Also a big thank you to Bailey Discount Building Supply in DeQueen. As we take a look at some halftime stats here, Waldron Bulldogs have led from the get-go And leading the way for them, their senior guard, Peyton Brown. He's got 14 points in the ball game, a couple of threes, and 4 for 4 at the free throw line tonight. Meanwhile, Mason Ford has 5 points for the Bulldogs, 3 points for Jacob Avila, and 2 points each for Gaeta Wagner, Isaac Villarreal, Ruben Valdez, and Caden Fuller. Nobody in any serious foul trouble for the Bulldogs. Looks like Gaeta Wagner and Ruben Valdez, along with Bryson Bailey, each with 2 personal fouls. At the free throw line tonight as a team, looks like the Bulldogs are 8 out of 13 at the half. Meanwhile, the Leopards, on the other hand, it's a balanced scoring attack. That's the good news. You like to be able to spread the points around, as 6 different Leopards have scored tonight. But leading scorers tonight, a trio of players, Will Dykes, Davin Burgess, and Weston Harp with 3 each. It's just been a problem putting the ball in the basket for the Leopards. Logan Williamson has a pair, as does Will Athey and Jesse Parker. Leopards as a team shooting only 4 out of 11 at the free throw line tonight, and find themselves in a little bit of foul trouble. Weston Harp picked up his 3rd personal foul before the end of the first half. Davin Burgess, Will Athey, and Jess Parker each with 2, 1 each for Logan Williamson and Will Dykes. Again, it's halftime as the Leopards trail the Bulldogs of Waldron by a score of 30-12, or 30-15, excuse me. We'll be back with second half action right after this on Ed 88.
Enjoy good food, a friendly atmosphere, hometown service, at a price that'll make you smile. Check out the DeQueen Old Town Cafe, located in historic downtown DeQueen, across from the Revenue Office. DeQueen Old Town Cafe mixes old-fashioned charm with a menu full of our favorite foods, both Mexican and American, from breakfast foods to sandwiches and tacos, and they make a really good burger. And they even offer a daily special. There are a lot of great places to eat in DeQueen, and this is one that you need to try. DeQueen Old Town Cafe, 113 West DeQueen Avenue, downtown. At DeQueen Auto Group, they know you work hard, and that's why since 1985, DeQueen Auto Group has worked so hard to make sure you get the best possible deal on a new Ford truck. Check out this Ranger XLT, the perfect combination of power, comfort, and affordability. 24 MPG on the highway. All this for only $36,485. The entire DeQueen Auto Group Ford inventory is available online at DeQueenFord.net. Or how about a new Jeep Rubicon? Plenty of room with all the comforts you want, bundled up with all the off-road toughness you need to get you where you need to go. This Rubicon is available now for $52,415. Check out all the Jeeps online at DeQueenChryslerDodgeJeep.com. DeQueen Auto Group, 863 East Collin Ray Drive, and on Facebook.
Well, it's halftime here at Leopard Arena, where the Leopards find themselves trailing 30-15 as we're about a minute away from the start of the second half. Callie Miller running the camera tonight. She's a lady of many, many talents, folks. I'm telling you.
I try.
I'm trying. Of course, Callie very much involved with the DeQueen Chamber of Commerce, and my goodness, the holidays are almost upon us here.
Man, they're here. They're not upon us. They are just
They're here.
right now. It
So
started.
what was the Chamber got planned for us this year?
Oh, man, we're doing our Shop Local campaign will kick off pretty soon. We're going to revamp it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Details on that to come. And then, Christmas on the Square. We've got our parade coming soon. We've already got vendors applying to set up for that. That's a new thing we're starting. So
December 6th?
7th.
7th. I knew the
believe
parade was
so.
somewhere in there. Yes. It's on my calendar. Can't wait.
Good deal.
It's always a lot of fun. Always a lot of fun.
You abandoned us last year, so now you're obligated to come this year.
Well, looking forward to it. It certainly feels like holiday weather out there tonight.
Yes,
My
it does.
goodness, is it cold.
That wind makes it even colder.
How do people live in Minnesota? That's what I want to know. There's life there. It's just not very good, right? Anyway, we're set to go here in this second half as Bulldogs will get the basketball to start the second half. They'll start. Leopards are going to start with Davin Burgess. Actually, the Leopards will get the ball to start the second half. It'll be Davin Burgess along with Will Dykes, Logan Williamson, Weston Harp, and Will Athey, the original starting 5 for the Leopards, as Looks like Dykes is going to get his pocket pick, bringing it the other way, laying it off the glass. No good, and the rebound comes off to Weston Harp. Senior postman doing a good job of chasing that ball down court. Gets that rebound. The Leopards will bring it the other way. Logan Williamson way out front with the basketball. Brings it top of the key. Needs some help out there. Works it right side to Will Athey. Athey's going to take it to the basket. Big collision. Blocking. Well, at first they said blocking foul. The official signaled blocking foul, and then I think that was the right call, though. Athey put that head down, and he was going to the basket. And tell you what, takes a lot of guts to take that collision right there. Will's a pretty good-sized kid. 20. Leopards trail it by a score of 30-15. Bulldogs with the basketball. As Brown will bring it top of the key. Gets it inside the lane. And let's see, they're looking to get it back to Brown. Pass slapped away, picked out of the air by Will Dykes. Dykes will put up the three, up and good. That might be a good sign there for the Leopards.
We're finally on the end that's scoring the basket. It's giving it to us.
On the other end, Bulldogs put it up, shot no good. You may have something right there because the Leopards missed a lot of shots down there on that basket last half. As driving to the lane for the Leopards was Davin Burgess, and he's going to be fouled in the act of shooting by Jacob Avila. That's his second. Burgess will go to the free throw line, shoot a pair. Leopards down by 13. Shots on the way, up and in. So Burgess gets the basket. He's got 4 points in the game now. Leopards trailed by 11, 30-19. Second shot. Oh, won't go. Rebound comes off underneath though. Weston Harp grabs it, puts it right back up and in. Harp hitting the boards hard, and the Leopards have cut it to single digits. 20, that make that 30-21. As the shot's blocked by Burgess. Loose ball's going to be picked up by the Bulldogs. Gaeta Wagner, and he's going to be fouled from behind, reaching foul. And they're going to call that on Will Dykes. Well, the official had his choice of two because I think Logan Williamson was also reaching on that one. So the Bulldogs get it back, leading 30-21. Inbounds pass into the hands of Jacob Avila. Avila working against Dykes inside the lane, puts it up, the one-hander won't go, and there's Weston Harp to grab that rebound. Gets it over to Will Dykes, and here come the Leopards with an opportunity to cut into that 9-point lead. Dykes bounce past the free throw line, gets it over to Harp. Harp gives it off out on the right side. Shot put up and in. Was that Burgess?
Yes, it was.
Davin Burgess.
Classic Davin.
Puts it in. He's got 7 points. Leopards cut it to 6, 30-24. Brown going to be fouled out on the court. A reaching foul is probably going to be on Burgess, and if that's the case, that's his third. Davin called for his third personal foul. Harp, Athey, and Burgess all with 3 right now for the Leopards. Bulldogs will put the ball in play. Peyton Brown working, trying to get it in. Burgess putting pressure on it. Ball goes out of bounds. As Logan Williamson was over there putting pressure on the basketball. And they're going to say the ball went off the fingertips of Williamson. Brown, they'll get it in his hands. Tries to drive the lane, lays it up and in. Good senior move on the part of Peyton Brown. And he puts it into that Leopard run. Leopards trail it now by a score of 32-24. So Leopards had a 6-point run going right there, and let's see. Whistle, blocking foul, going to be called against Gaeta Wagner. Wagner picks up his third personal foul. And we're going to see a substitution here. Checking into the lineup will be Caden Fuller. Fuller had a couple of points in that first half for the Bulldogs. Leopards trail it by 8. There's a long three-pointer on the way, won't go. The rebound comes off to Weston Harp, gets his rebound, puts it up and in. Weston Harp, 7 points in the ball game, and the Leopards cut it back to 6, 32-26. And let's see, the ball's tipped out of bounds, last touch by the Bulldogs. or actually by the Leopards, or they're going to call it a foul. Well, you can probably hear the Leopard coaching staff saying that is not a foul. And they're still talking it over underneath the basket over there. And apparently it was not a foul. And the Bulldogs will put the ball in play underneath their own basket, leading 32-26. Pass goes way out front into the hands of Jacob Avila. Avila gets it to Brown. Peyton Brown. Looks like they're going to try to clear out that lane, make some room for Brown. Brown off the dribble. Goes down hard on the court, no call. Rebound, the loose ball's picked up by the Leopards. No-look pass down court to Will Athey. Athey tries to pass it through the lane, but the ball's picked up by the Bulldogs. Stolen from behind by Logan Williamson. Picked up by Burgess. Burgess on the break, lays it up, no good, and a blocking foul. Going to be called against the Bulldogs. That's going to be on Caden Fuller. That's his first. And heading to the free throw line will be Davin Burgess. Burgess on the night. With 1 for 2 at the free throw line. 7 points in the ball game. A couple of threes. 1 for 2 at the free throw line, as we said. Burgess trying to collect himself after that collision underneath the basket. Shots on the way, and it's good. Davin with 8 points in the ball game now. Leopards cut it to 5, 27, 32-27. Burgess sends the second shot on the way. Off the front of the iron, no good. And the rebound's going to come off to number 13, that's Isaac Villarreal. Looks like Jesse Parker's getting set to check in for the Leopards. Leopards trail it by 5, 32-27. They trailed 30-15 at the start of this second half. Driving inside the lane, Peyton Brown shot, Rebound's going to be picked up by Villarreal. He's going to be fouled on the shot. As he grabbed that rebound, tried to tip it back in. We'll wait on Miles to come out here and make that call.
They're going to call it on Weston.
And that's going to be number 4 on Weston Harp. That's a big foul right there because Harp has really came out and played really hard in this third quarter. Isaac Villarreal at the free throw line, his first trip to the charity stripe tonight. Left-hander sends it on the way, no good. He's got 2 points in the ball game. And Jesse Parker's going to check in. Weston Harp's going to come out with 4 personal fouls. At the free throw line again, that's Isaac Villarreal. Second shot, up and in. He's got 3 points in the ball game. Leopards trail it 33-27, 4:10 to play in this third quarter. As Dykes works it left wing, Logan Williamson bounce pass inside, gets it to Parker. Parker makes a little extra room with that forearm. No call, the rebound comes off to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs will bring it the other way. Tough rebound that time by Isaac Villarreal. Gets it off to Brown. Brown drives through the lane, puts it off the glass and good. Peyton Brown, 18 points in the ball game. Leopards trail it by 8, 35-27, and Coach Jacob Lee wants a timeout. 3:49 to play in this third quarter. It's Waldron 35 to Queen 27. We'll be back right after.
Healthcare Express, they understand that for many people, a visit to the clinic can be stressful. And that's why the folks at Healthcare Express strive to make everyone feel right at home. From the moment you enter the lobby at Healthcare Express, you can feel the difference. Take, for example, the Healthcare Express exam rooms. They offer a variety of themes, from the Klondike room to the Disney room, the train room, baseball room, and the superhero room. Healthcare Express is very serious about the services they.
Leopards get the basketball as we resume action after that Leopard timeout, trailing 35-27, 3:45 to play in the third quarter. As Will Dykes drives the lane, puts it up and in, scoops it up and in. Will Dykes, 5 points in the ball game. Leopards cut it back to 6, 35-29, 3.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. Again, Leopards trailed by 15 at the half. As Brown goes into the lane, goes strong to the basket. Leopards cannot seem to get in front of him. He's got 20 points in the ball game. Leopards back down by 8. As Will Dykes puts it up from three-point land. Shot no good. The rebound comes off to Brown. Peyton on the drive. Goes all the way. Dishes underneath at the last moment. What a pass to Isaac Villarreal. He gets the basket. Brown gets the assist. And the Leopards down by 10 again at 39-29. Will Dykes way out front with the basketball. Works around the screen by Jesse Parker. Three-pointer won't go, and the rebound comes off to the Bulldogs. Coming away with it was Mason Ford. And the Bulldogs have it back, leading by 10 with 2:40 to play in this third quarter. Brown's going to pull up, take a long three-pointer. That one's off the iron, no good. And the rebound's going to be chased down in the corner. Tossed back inside, shot no good. And the rebound comes off to Parker. Parker will give it to Will Dykes. Dykes will bring it the other way. Oh, nice no-look pass underneath. Shot put up by Athey, won't go. And the rebound comes off to the Bulldogs. Leopards had the right idea. At the free throw line, shot put up by Brown, no good. Rebound, nice move on the basket that time by the Bulldogs, Caden Fuller. He's going to be fouled on the drive. And we'll see. The personal foul is going to be called against the Leopards' Will Dykes. That's his third. So Harp has 4. He's on the bench. Davin Burgess, Will Dykes, and Will Athey each with 3 for the Leopards. Shot at the free throw line, up and in by Caden Fuller. Fuller makes his first free throw of the night. He's got 3 points in the ball game. And checking into the lineup will be Braden Williams for the Bulldogs. As Fuller, Leopard fans trying to make some noise. Trying to disrupt the free throw shooter. Didn't work. Fuller puts it up and in. And the Leopards find themselves down by a dozen right now as checking into the lineup will be Bryson Bailey. He's going to come in right now for Caden Fuller. Leopards will put the ball in play on the far end of the court, trailing 41-29. Back down by a dozen again after cutting it to 5 a moment ago. Burgess will make the inbounds pass, gets it to Williamson, and gonna have a push on that far end down there.
On 10.
The personal foul is going to be called on Peyton Brown. That's his second. Leopards. That's the 14th foul against Waldron. 5th against the Leopards as the inbounds pass. And let's see, that's going to be, is that going to be a reaching foul? Personal foul is going to be called against Bryson Bailey. That's his third. So the Leopards, now that the team fouls are even at, actually they're going to say that is the 16th foul against Waldron. And the inbounds pass going to be stolen away. Over to Brown, loose ball on the court. Brown gets it back, and he's going to be fouled by Davin Burgess. On the floor, and they're going to say it's on, they say 4 or 5.
Logan. 4.
Okay, they're going to call it on Logan Williamson.
Sit on the floor.
Okay, so Williamson called for the personal foul. That's his second. Kind of fortunate for the Leopards right there. Burgess had 3. Three-pointer on the way by Brown is up and in, or up and off the back of the iron, but he's fouled in the act of shooting. And that is a double-edged sword right there because that's number 4 on Davin Burgess. So heading to the free throw line to shoot 3 will be Peyton Brown. And we'll see, I would imagine Burgess is probably coming out of the lineup here. Brown 4 for 4 at the free throw line tonight. He's got 20 points in the ball game. Make it 21. They'll have 2 more coming here. Leopards trail it 42-29 with 1:54 to play in this third quarter. Second shot on the way up and in. Burgess with 22 points in the ball game. Excuse me, Brown with 22 as Burgess comes out of the lineup. And checking in his place will be Luke Reed. So Brown will have 1 more to go here. Eyes it, skies it, and buys it. He got 7 points in the ball game, or 7 points at the free throw line tonight. 23 points in the ball game. Leopards find themselves down by 15 again, 44-29 with 1:54 to play in this third quarter. Inbounds pass goes to Will Athey. Athey on the run. He planned on going around the screen by Parker. There's going to be a blocking foul over there, push. against, looked to be Bryson Bailey. That's his 4th. No, actually they're saying 13 and not 3. Okay. That's going to be Isaac Villarreal's first personal foul. Inbounds pass. Goes to Dykes. Will pull up for the 3, and that's an air ball hauled down by Isaac Villarreal. Villarreal quickly into the front court. Top of the key, works it left side. Drives into the lane. Over to Villarreal on that right wing. He'll cross court it left wing. He'll get it back top of the key. Out on the left wing. On the baseline, 16 feet out. Shot won't go, and the rebound is going to be picked up by Will Athey. Leopards down by 15, need a basket this trip. And a minute 10 to go in this third quarter. Will Dykes gives it right side. Logan Williamson. Williamson, top of the key. Needs some help over there. Villarreal all over him defensively. Athey has the ball tipped away. Last touched by the Bulldogs. Getting a hand on it over there was Jacob Avila defensively. 44-29, Leopards down by 15 with a minute to play in this third quarter. Leopards will make the inbounds pass. They'll get it into Will Dykes. Bounce pass out front to Logan Williamson. Bounce pass right side to Will Dykes. Dykes way out front. Drives. Kicks it back out. Three-pointer on the way by Logan Williamson's good. Logan buried that wide open 3. He's got 5 points in the ball game. Makes it 44-32. Leopards down by a dozen with 35 seconds to play in this third quarter. As Bulldogs work it left to right, over to Villarreal, way out front into the hands of Hutchins. Jaden Hutchins with the ball. They give it left side, baseline. They'll work it back right side to Villarreal for the 3. Nope. Jesse Parker tipping the rebound. Gets it over to Will Dykes. Leopards have it with a dozen seconds to play in this third quarter. They get a basket right here. They're down by a dozen with 44 to, oh, boy. Decide who you want to call this one on. Is it going to be on 3? Yes, it is. That's Bryson Bailey. That's his 4th. And I keep trying to give him his 4th. They're saying that's his 3rd. Okay. And at the free throw line for the Leopards will be Will Dykes. Dykes on the night. Sends it on the way. He had 5 points or 8 points in the ball game, but he's 0 for 2, or actually 1 for 3 at the free throw line tonight. And let's see the rebound. Out of bounds. Last touched by the Bulldogs. So the Leopards get it back with 3.2 seconds, 3.5 seconds to go in this third quarter. Logan Williamson will make the inbounds pass. Gets it into Dykes. Needs to go up with it, and they're going to call a travel on Dykes. Found himself in a collision, off balance, and traveled with the basketball as the heave at the mid-court stripe goes for naught, and we've come to the end of the third quarter of play. Our score, it's Waldron 44 to Queen 32. We'll be back with the fourth and final quarter right after this on Ed 88.
Hunters, fishermen, and outdoorsmen have been coming to Baker's Bargain House in DeQueen for the area's best selection of guns and ammo and hunting and fishing accessories. At Baker's, you'll find shotguns, rifles, handguns, and the ammo you need, plus they even have an experienced gunsmith on staff. Baker's Bargain House has plenty of camo hunting wear designed to keep you warm and dry. And Baker's Bargain House stocks bows and arrows and archery equipment and a huge stock of fishing gear. They even have an area of the store stocked with products to help you make your wild game taste even better. Plus, there's jewelry, musical instruments, tools, and more at Baker's Bargain House Gun and Pawn, Highway 71 North in DeQueen.
Leopard basketball on ed88radio.com being brought to you tonight and all season long by Baker's Bargain House. Wonder how that big buck contest is going out there. That's always a big deal. Also by First State Bank of DeQueen. And by our friends at Healthcare Express. As we start this fourth quarter, Leopards trail at 44-32. And the Bulldogs will have the basketball to start this fourth quarter. Jacob Avila will make the inbounds pass. And he'll get it to Peyton Brown. Brown with 23 points in the ball game, and Bulldogs will be content. Stand out front. They'll go free throw line. Managed to get it in that left corner. Then they'll fire it back inside. Shot put up no good by the Bulldogs. Saved back in bounds on the missed shot. And let's see, the rebound went out of bounds and was last touched by the Bulldogs. Tried to save it back in. And the Leopards will face some full court pressure right here as Burgess tries to get it in. Gets it into Will Dykes. Dykes brings it back to the middle of the court. Has the ball tipped away. And the Bulldogs bring it the other way. They'll lay it up. Little reverse layup on the part of Jacob Avila. Shooting it with his right hand from the left-hand side. Avila now with 5 points in the ball game. Leopards three-pointer on the way by Williamson's an air ball. Going to be pulled down in the corner by Ruben Valdez. And here come the Bulldogs now on top by 14. 46-32 with 7:10 to play in the ball game. As Brown makes a rare turnover, the Leopards will bring it the other way. Gets it ahead to Burgess. Burgess, nice move underneath. Made one pass too many, though, as Williamson, ball's over his head. And it's going to be picked up by Brown. Brown brings it the other way. He did not dwell on that mistake. Simply went the other way with it and puts it up and in. And I've got him with, let's see here, 25 points on the night. Leopards have it. As Weston Harp in the lineup, can't get the shot to go, got his own rebound. Fires it back out. Three-pointer on the way by Will Athey. High off the glass, no good. And the rebound comes off to the Bulldogs. They lead it 48-32. Three-pointer on the way, off the iron. And the rebound's chased down by Brown. Or actually, that's not Brown. That's Avila. They get it back inside. Shot is scooped up and in by Gaeta Wagner. Wagner with 4 points in the ball game, and the Leopards want a timeout. 6:13 to play in the ball game. Our score, it's the Bulldogs 50, Leopards 32. We'll be back right after this on Ed 88.
I was going to show my grandson a little something on my laptop. I was the one that got the lesson.
With every passing year, new technology is developing. We embrace the new technology. With us, you get the best of both worlds. High-tech banking convenience and small-town, first-name friendly service. Think small, bank smart, bank online. First State Bank, member FDIC. We're big on you.
We're just a small town community bank, but we're big on you.
Don's Easy Pay has been serving families in southwest Arkansas and southeast Oklahoma for over 30 years. Don's Easy Pay is a family-owned business. They carry name-brand home furnishings for every room in the house. Living room, dining room, bedroom furniture, name-brand kitchen appliances, and electronics too. At Don's Easy Pay, you can rent to own or purchase on the spot with 120 days, same as cash. At Don's Easy Pay, you can even rent to own tires. And at Don's Easy Pay, they deliver, taking time to take care of our customers.
Well, as we return to action, Leopards facing full court pressure after the timeout. Logan Williamson will bring it across the mid-court stripe, and he could hear the footsteps behind him as Peyton Brown was closing in defensively. And the Leopards turn it over, trailing 50-32 with 6:04 to play in the ball game. Bulldogs will make the inbounds pass. They'll get it into Gaeta Wagner. And the Bulldogs will bring it the other way. Jacob Avila, even at right corner, into the hands of Ruben Valdez. Tosses it away. Actually, teammate trying to drive through the lane. Saves it inbounds. And that's going to be Brown driving the lane. Puts it up and in from the right-hand side. Brown strong to the basket. 27 points in the ball game right now for Peyton. Leopards trail it by 20. Their biggest lead of the night for the Bulldogs. Shot no good, and on the rebound attempt, personal foul is going to be on Logan Williamson. Logan's got his third personal foul. And we'll walk to the other end now as the Bulldogs will be in the 1-1 for the remainder of this contest. Davin Burgess and Weston Harp each with 4 personal fouls for the Leopards. Will Dykes, Logan Williamson, and Will Athey with 3 each. At the free throw line will be Mason Ford. Ford, 5 points in the ball game, 1 out of 5 at the free throw line tonight. As Williamson will check out of the game, and Luke Reed comes back in for Coach Jacob Lee. 5:35 to play in the ball game. Mason Ford at the free throw line. Shots on the way and good. It's Ford now with 6 points in the game. Leopards trail by 21, 53-32. Second shot, up and in. Leopards working against full court pressure in the backcourt and stealing it away will be Gata Wagner. And a collision on the far end on the drive to the basket. And we're not sure what was called here. Let's see.
Miles didn't call a foul as far as I know.
Okay. Well, we're trying to figure that out here. There was a whistle down there. And
He just said no basket.
okay.
I never
Personal
saw
foul
him
is going to
call
be
that.
called on Will Dykes. That'll be his fourth. And at the free throw line will be Peyton Brown. Brown with 27 on the night. Shot is on the way, and it's good. In this day and age, when everybody has trouble shooting free throws, kid's 8 out of 8. 28 points on the night. Second shot on the way. It rattles around and goes down. Make it 29. And that can't be right because that's probably more like 30. Sit here and recount those here in a moment. As the Leopards whistle foul reaching Jacob Avila, call for the personal foul. And that's going to send to the free throw line Will Dykes. Dykes, 8 points on the evening. 1 for 3 at the free throw line. He can get double figures here with a couple of free throws. Actually, I was talking about Brown a moment ago. 8 out of 8. He's actually 9 out of 9 on the evening. Free throw won't go, and the rebound is pulled down by the Bulldogs. Toss down court. Shot put up. And we may have offensive basket interference called on Davin Burgess. Burgess was up above the basket, slapped the backboard, and Coach Lee not liking the call. And the Bulldogs will have the basket. Well, if it is basket interference, the goal should count, and the Leopards should have the basketball, right? There we go. They're counting the basket. And the Leopards will put the ball in play on the far end. Leopards trail by 26, 58-32 with 5:15 to play in this fourth quarter. Dykes give it down low to Weston Harp. Harp tries to back in. Tough defense inside and a whistle and a foul as Bryson Bailey wouldn't give ground. And I believe that is his fourth personal foul this time. That's about the third time I've tried to give him his fourth personal foul. That's just bad bookkeeping on my part. Head to the free throw line will be Weston Harp. Harp was 3 out of 6 at the free throw line in the first half. He's got 7 points in the ball game. Leopards on the short end of the scoreboard, 58-32. First one on the way, no good. Parker, Athey, Dykes, Harp.
Oh, went in.
And that one's going to rattle around and fall in. And Luke Reed in the lineup for the Leopards. Leopards trail it now, 58-33. Right side, way out front with the basketball. That's Isaac Villarreal. Villarreal going to back it back out again. Into the hands of Caden Fuller. Fuller goes right side, tries to go baseline, and traveling is the call. So the Bulldogs turn it over now with 4:43 to play in the ball game. Checking back in the lineup for the Leopards will be Davin Burgess as Jesse Parker comes out. 4:43 to go in the ball game. Leopards trailed at the half, 30-15. Cut it down to 5, but actually scored the first 9 points in the second half. As Leopards work it out front. Three-pointer on the way by Burgess, won't go, and the rebound's going to go out of bounds in front of the Leopard bench. So the Bulldogs get it back with 4:24 to go in the game. Leopards trail by 25. 4:15 to play. As the Bulldogs work it around, pass going to be tipped away and picked up by the Leopards' Luke Reed. He gives it out front to Dykes. Three-pointer on the way by Will is up and in. So Will now with 11 points in the ball game. A couple of three-pointers in this second half. Leopards cut it back to 22, 58 to 36. Across the midcourt stripe, that's going to be Jaden Hutchins, and turnover, Waldron. So the Leopards will bring it the other way, trailing 58-36. Just under 4 minutes to go in the contest. Leopards will be back in action on Friday night. We'll be traveling up the Costad River. Leopards and the Lady Leopards. Has Dykes in that backcourt. Boy, there's a lot of contact back there. Dykes shifty with that basketball. Gets it out to Luke Reed. Gets it to Weston Harp. Harp drives hard to the basket. Can't get it to go in. But he's fouled in the act of shooting.
13.
The personal foul is going to be on Isaac Villarreal. That's his second. And going to the free throw line to shoot a pair will be Weston Harp. First one by Harp, off the iron, no good. He's 4 out of 9 at the free throw line tonight. He's got 8 points in the game. Looking for number 9 right here. Second shot. Comes off the back of the iron, no good, but he gets his own rebound. Drives, baseline, shot partially blocked. And I think Harp is going to be called for the personal foul, and if that's the case, that'll be all for Weston. So Weston checks out of the game tonight. He scored 8 points on the evening. And we'll walk to the other end, where the Bulldogs will shoot 2. As they're in the double bonus right now, and heading to the free throw line will be Isaac Villarreal. He's got 5 points in the ball game, 1 out of 2 at the free throw line tonight. 3:33 to play in the contest. Waldron on top, 58-36. Shots on the way, and it's off the side of the iron. No good. Second shot by Villarreal. It's up and off the iron, and on the rebound attempt, personal foul is going to be called against Waldron. That'll be Braden Williams. That's his first. And we'll walk to the other end, where Davin Burgess will shoot some free throws here. Burgess on the night has got 8 points in the game. He's 2 out of 3 at the free throw line. Leopards trail it 58-36. 3:31 to play in the game. Season opener for these two teams. Shots on the way. It's up and good. Davin now with 9 points. That one's on the way, and it's good. So Burgess now in double figures with 10. 58-38. And the Bulldogs, Villarreal gets across the midcourt stripe. Gets to Fuller. Fuller lost the handle momentarily. Gets it back to Villarreal. Spin side inside the lane. And personal foul is going to be on Jesse Parker. That's his third. So Villarreal's going to go to the free throw line. That had to hurt. He sends it on the way. Off the back of the iron. No good. Villarreal now 1 out of 5 at the free throw line. Junior guard. Second shot. Rattles around and goes in. Makes it 59-38. Leopards down by 21 with 3:15 to play. As driving the baseline. Pass tipped away, and let's see. We'll see. There's the ball went out of bounds, last touch by the Bulldogs. So the Leopards get it underneath their own basket. 3:10 to go. in the game. Inbounds pass. Burgess in the corner. Shakes his defender. Puts up the running 16-footer up and good. Davin Burgess now with 12 points in the game. Leopards trail it 59-40 as the shot's put up underneath. No good. Jesse Parker gets the rebound, gets it to Burgess. Burgess back over to Dykes. Dykes gives it underneath to Athey. Nice pass that time by Dykes, and Athey gets the basket. Athey with 4 points in the ball game. Leopards trail it 59-42. Coming the other way, Fuller gives it back out, right side. Three-pointer on the way by the Bulldogs. Won't go, and the rebound's going to be hauled down by the Leopards. Dykes will bring it across the midcourt stripe. Working out there against Caden Fuller. As Dykes will pull it up. Air ball is going to be pulled out of the sky by Isaac Villarreal. And they'll get it down court. Looking for Braden Williams. He couldn't catch up with it, and the ball goes out of bounds, last touched by the Bulldogs. Looks like Williams is going to come out of the lineup right now. Also coming out will be Caden Fuller. Checking in will be Samuel Slater. As the Leopards have it now, trailing 59-42. Dykes works, gives it way out front to Burgess. Burgess has the ball stripped away, picked up by the Bulldogs. Nice defensive play that time by Jaden Hutchins. Villarreal back to Hutchins. Hutchins backs it back out again, out on the wing. Gives it out top. Now left side. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound comes off to Burgess. Davin will give it over to Will Dykes. Dykes comes across the midcourt stripe. Drives inside the lane into the land of the trees and gets that one blocked, but a whistle and a foul, and he's going to be going to the free throw line to shoot a couple here. I'm guessing that's what happened here. Or do we have a timeout on the court? I think we got a timeout on the court. Or no, we just wholesale substitutions here. Thought we had a foul there. Must have been a travel is what they called. So the Bulldogs get it back, leading by a score of 59-42 with a minute and a half to play in this fourth quarter. Across the stripe will be Jaden Hutchins. Hutchins gives it out to Samuel Slater. Slater to Hutchins. He'll fire up the three off the iron. Rebound's going to be chased down by the Leopards. Gustavo Zamora. Zamora with it. Gets it out on that left wing. He'll get it over to Dylan Perez. Perez. Now they're working back right side. Underneath, shot put up by Jesse Parker. That was tipped around. Parker still has it. Goes strong to the basket. One hand. Can't get it to go, and the rebound comes off to Jesse Dees. And we've got a timeout on the court.
No, he just wanted to sub.
They just want to get a sub in there?
He took his
Okay, all right.
timeout
We'll
away.
keep it right here then. Checking in will be Matthew Techmeyer. And Matthew gets the basketball. He'll give it back out front to Samuel Slater. Slater working out front against Brock Patterson. Shot put up. Nope. Ball out of bounds or a foul? Out of bounds it was apparently. And it looks like Jesse Parker's going to come out of the lineup. Checking in his place will be
Alan Hong.
Okay, gotcha. Had the wrong number for him on my roster. Alan Hong is in the lineup. And at the free throw line for the Leopards will be Dylan Perez. Dylan's going to fire it up and rattles out, no good. Dylan will have another one coming here. Leopards down 17, 59-42. Perez eyes the basket, sends it on the way. That one's off side of the iron, and the ball goes over to the Bulldogs. Baseline, driving for the lane. Loose ball down there on the baseline. They're going to get it into the hands of Jesse Dees. Now they're working deep in that left corner. Little collision out there. When I say little, I mean big. As Dees will fire it up from the left side. Shot no good. The rebound underneath Oh, there's a whistle and a foul underneath.
They're
That's
going
going
to
to
call
be.
that on Luke.
Yeah, I think you're right. Luke Reed's going to be called for the personal foul. That's his first. Heading to the free throw line will be Tyler Wright, sophomore guard for the Bulldogs. Shots on the way, up and good. So Wright gets his first point of the night. Gets them both to go. Even because of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different Bulldogs have scored tonight. Leopards work it right side. Out front. Shot at the buzzer. No good. And we've come to the end of this one. Our final score, it was Waldron 61 to Queen 42. We'll be back to wrap this one up in a moment here on Ed 80.
Don's Easy Pay has been serving families in southwest Arkansas and southeast Oklahoma for over 30 years. Don's Easy Pay is a family-owned business. They carry name-brand home furnishings for every room in the house. Living room, dining room, bedroom furniture, name-brand kitchen appliances, and electronics too. At Don's Easy Pay.
And again, we're courtside here as the Leopards come up on the short end of the scoreboard, 61 to 42. With us right now, Coach Jacob Lee. And Coach Lee, it wasn't exactly what we wanted as far as the ending's concerned, but we got a chance to get out there and play against somebody besides ourselves.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Get out and finally get our feet wet a little bit. And an exhibition game like this is, that's exactly what it is, to get out and kind of fine tune everything before we get in the regular season. And you want to see your kids compete. Obviously you want to win, but we're going to win some ball games this year, a lot more than we have in the past few years. And it starts with the way that the third quarter went. We come out and the way we played. We go in at halftime and say, guys, they're not outplaying us, they're not out energying us, they're just out shooting us right now. And we come out and we talked about attack the paint. The more you attack the paint, the more shots open up for us, and we did. And energy was not the problem tonight. We played our butts off, and a lot of positive things to build on. Obviously, a lot of things that we got to go and fix before Friday. But again, nothing to be too disappointed about.
Well, you said going into the ball game that Peyton Brown would be a big deal for them. I think he wound up the night with 29 points, and there's just no way to stop him. He's a load coming through through the lane.
Yeah, and that was one thing that we're really going to have to sit back and talk about, because our game plan was to pile up in the paint and take charges, and that's one thing that I was disappointed with us tonight, is the lack of fortitude, I guess, to get in there and take the charges. And I got to do a better job of coaching that in practice. We hadn't done it in a while. I know our kids know how to do it, but if they don't get down and actually do it, it's tough to do. So that's one that I take the blame for. But again, our guys expect that of themselves. And they'll tell you if you ask them. I know how to take a charge. I know I should have done it. But one thing we talked about accountability, and I'm going to take the blame before I'm going to let them take it. We should have worked harder on it.
Well, you mentioned the fact Leopards had a hard time in that first half. It really came out strong in that third quarter, but man, that first half had a hard time putting the ball in the hole, and got the shots we were looking for, but inside, outside, wherever, they just weren't going in.
Yeah, and we're going to have to shoot the ball well this year, but the difference is we have the capability of shooting the ball well, like you saw in the second half. When Dykes gets going, and our problem sometimes is we fall in love with it a little too much, and like we talked about at halftime, we really want to get in the paint, really want to attack as much as possible. And when we do that, things are good for us. And, I think there for a little bit in the first half, we kind of forgot about Weston. And I don't know how many points he wound up with, but he should have had more than what he did because of how hard he played. And, I felt like if and I told 2 or 3 of the guys as they came out there at the end, hey, don't worry about this. We're going to get it straightened out. Shots will start falling. They'll fall when they're supposed to. And, when we get into conference, that's when we want everything to come together.
Well, I've got it tonight, Coach. I've got, I believe, Davin wound up with 12 tonight. Will had 11, and Weston Harp had 8 on the evening. And you mentioned Weston. it seemed like the Leopards were at their best when he was really able to focus on getting rebounds underneath in that second half in that third quarter right there.
Yeah, there's just one that pops into mind is when they come off a miss there, and he skied over everybody and got it and power dribbled and went right back up. And that's the Weston Harp that makes us the best that we are, and that's the Weston Harp he was tonight. Like I said, we just didn't knock down shots around him. We missed some easy ones, but that's part of being in an exhibition game, your first time out. And like I said, Friday we'll have it cleaned up, and we'll go take care of business.
And, yeah, we got a couple of days to work on it, but then Friday night we're up at Casa River, Coach.
Yes,
Looking
sir.
forward to it.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
All right, keep up the good work.
Yes,
Coach
sir.
Jacob Lee and the DeQueen Leopards come up short tonight. Final score, it was Waldron 61, DeQueen 42. And, of course, this was our opening broadcast of the 2019-2020 basketball season. I want to say a great big thank you to all of our sponsors that make Leopard basketball possible on ed88radio.com. And a big thank you to Callie Miller, who didn't know when she started the day that she would be a camera person before the night was over with. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in. Catch us again Friday night as the Leopards and Lady Leopards travel up to Casa River for high school basketball here on ed88radio.com. Yeah, I think we did. Right there. Good deal. There's basketball. Pause live. Stop and complete. There we go.